All right, hi everyone. I think we're live. As always, just gonna check briefly on my phone to make sure. Yeah, it says we're live. Okay, so we're here. The last turn-based stream of TMTL season 10. I'm here with Felipe Bart and Kezilu from the division. We're doing a little debrief of the games. We can finally get some other perspectives on the game, so you can hear if they agreed with me, disagreed with me, whatever throughout the games. Um, so first of all, I'll just say congrats. So Felipe won the season. He beat me by 1 point, one miserable point. So yeah, congrats, Felipe.
Huh, thank you. Yeah. Well, that was super close. Yeah, uh, I mean, tough division as always. And especially not easy to beat you. You've been winning this for I don't know how many seasons in a row. It was about time.
I had three in a row. You finally broke it. Like
Yeah.
you were close.
Well,
You
but
were
let's
close
let's
in
not
past
forget.
seasons too.
Yeah, I think maybe the last season was. I think it was close. Yeah, I don't remember well. But let's not forget that you. I mean, you're the real winner of the division because you won the revised base game.
Yeah, you mentioned that right in our chat. It's about time. I keep making that game and keep losing it, so it's about time I finally win one of them. And then also, yeah, so Kessler, you can say hi quickly as well, just to get you to say something.
Oh yeah, hi guys. Happy to yeah, yeah, I'm just happy to be here, taking like a respectable fifth place.
Yeah, it's nice to see you in the div for the first time. I hope the games were fun for everyone. Yeah, they were fun for me. They're always fun for me. Like these games are always cool, and I like the variety we have in the division. So always good to like. For me, I like the variety is key for Terra Mystica. Like get some different games going. Okay, so we're gonna start with the games. I'm gonna start with the. I have it in kind of an order here. We'll start with the games that we're both in. So we're all of us are in. And that's two of the games. And we'll start with the one that Felipe won because he's the champ. So we can't start with one that he doesn't win. And this is Felipe's home game. So I've got it open in the stream now. Revised base or regular base, all vanilla. Base factions, base map, no landscapes, no extra endgame scoring, nothing. And we had this massive, messy sandwich. So we had sandwich giants and sandwich nomads in the game. But Felipe won on the side of the sandwich with dwarves. So pretty close score all in all. Let's start with Felipe. Let's start with your opinion on this game. Did you think like you're in a good spot for most of this game?
Yeah. If I my my recollection is a bit fuzzy, but I think I was in a decent spot for most of the game. But I wasn't. That's not a game I thought, oh, I'm winning this for most of the time. I think only towards the end I realized, okay, that's close enough, and I think I may pull it off. But no, I didn't. Yeah, no, I didn't think. I wasn't confident. I'm winning this for sure, or anything like that. Like
Wait,
that
if
was.
not,
Sorry, go ahead.
sorry, I say if not you, who else? Who do you think was winning? Do you think I was winning?
Yeah, that I think. Yeah, I was for most of the game. I was thinking it was. I think it was really fuzzy, but I felt for most of the game I think you're gonna win it.
Hmm.
I was higher on Giants game. I mean, Keslo had a good game too. I I thought they made connecting would be tough for him, but he pulled it off. So I thought after I saw him, oh, he's going to connect. Then I thought he was he could be in it as well. And even Giants, I thought they were gonna at least get closer than what happened.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was I was worried in the auction too about Halfling's connection here. And like it ended up being not a problem whatsoever. Like Keslu, you didn't seem to have any problem connecting. And I was surprised you still managed a third town. Like with that H4, H5, I8 town cut off, like I was like, there's no way he's got enough for a
Yeah,
third town. And you still found it in the bottom left there. That was pretty cool.
yeah. I think for me, like for halflings, like the natural third town is what like is like the I7, H4, H5, I8 town. Yeah, it's a bit annoying that I7 got cut off like pretty early. But yeah, like fortunately so, but I think I had like barely enough to do like the last one.
Yeah,
yeah.
you're just
What was
go ahead, Felipe.
I'm sorry, no, what was afraid I mean we talk about the town because because Barnwell took I7 pretty early if I remember, and what because he got 3 shipping pretty fast. And then like I
Yeah.
was worried because I know you lost I7. I was worried like I won I9 and I won G3. Like I was worried I could maybe lose either of them to you because I had the upgraded gigas. So like I think
Yeah,
I
yeah. So like I would have taken I9 if I had the chance, but I think yeah, I mean I yeah, like I think you're just barely at tempo on that. And yeah, I think maybe I had a chance to take G3, but I
I
presume you
think
probably
yeah, I remember. Yeah,
more.
like in the round I was trying to kind of kind of. I mean, in a way, rush take them. I don't remember if it was the same round or G3 was on the round later. But yeah, I remember you already had digs, but you still. I think your workers were a bit low, so you were only taking the hexes that were cheaper, like H5, I8 or something. So I think I just had enough time. If I waited one round later, you'll definitely have enough workers to take it.
Yeah, yeah, like yeah, I think it was basically like yeah, like I think basically the move that I was ready to take I9, you jumped there. So
Oh, so okay, yeah, no, I remember. Oh, I want to take I9 before maybe kezilu does something there, but I didn't think it was that close. Wow. Okay. Oof.
Man,
Yeah.
I was really hoping Kesley was going to take G3 or I9. I was like, just cut Felipe off. I thought you were winning like for a lot of the game, so I was just really hoping that would happen. But I remember at the game state, I was like, I didn't think it was feasible. I there wasn't a point. I mean, I wasn't watching it super closely because I couldn't really influence it other than taking I7 early, basically. But like, there wasn't. I don't think there was a point where it made sense for Kesley to actually take one of those hexes. But I was hoping. I was like, fingers crossed.
I don't think I had enough workers until after I was able to take them. That was my impression. I mean, I was a bit scared because maybe he'll try take it anyway, but it didn't feel it made sense to me given the number of workers I had at the time. So you took I7. I mean, not just because well, it's a free hex for you, but also you already think about influencing that.
I actually don't know how much I was. The thing was for me, I7 was connection. Like I C2 helped
Oh
like let me
yeah,
connect
right.
without it, but like C2 could have gotten cut off easily. I know it's a triple dig for halflings and giants don't really want it, but like if I lost I7, then I was completely reliant on C2 for connection, so I was really worried about that. I also there
Yeah.
was so I rushed I7 because I thought it was in round three where Kezilu had like if I didn't take a priest action, go to three ship and get I7, Kezilu could have taken a priest advanced ship and gone H5 I8, and then he was always going to beat me to I7. So like I saw pressure there, and I like at the time in hindsight I thought I miscalculated, but I think I didn't. I think I was looking back. I don't know. I thought I screwed something up. I could have gone like double dig instead of that, which was much more efficient, but I kind of was worried about that and worried about like pressure for connection. And then I think that was an extra bonus was like cutting off Halfling's town, pressuring dwarves, and it didn't end up really affecting things, but I think there's a lot of different reasons I guess for me taking I7 here or going like prioritizing I7, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah, I thought that like you started double tempo and then went shipping early, which was I mean, which was I think was pretty cool given the mid duelings round 3 and 4. The one thing like in round one, and I was really scared like as the dwarves like was about G2 because like you're at 3 right
Hmm.
there, like so I thought I actually I was thinking I was not gonna get G2, but then I got single jig got there and you were starting upgrading. I thought maybe there's a chance with the especially the spade bonus. Like I was really relieved I got G2 because I in the beginning of the game, early round one, I thought I didn't think I was gonna get it.
Yeah, it's funny. In the auction, I was really worried about that for dwarves. Like that was my dwarves seem kind of volatile because they don't get G2. Their game is so much worse here with no D4. But then I was nomads. Like for me, like as a nomads, double temple felt like the strongest opening because I really did want to hit those dwelling rounds in the mid game with Earth One, and then I wanted the priest production. I wanted the cult presence stuff like that. But I recognized it was really good for dwarves. And I maybe in hindsight should have single dug G2 first action and just gone single temple and built the second temple round two. Like maybe that was a better plan. But I was just kind of yeah, my strategy this game, I was just like I'm gonna do what I think is best for me and just hope that I have enough in the tank still to beat dwarves after that. It wasn't totally clear. And I was a bit worried that like if somebody else is on nomads they could open stronghold, which I didn't think was great, but I didn't know what you all thought about stronghold. Like it didn't seem crazy. And if they go stronghold, they maybe take F4 from dwarves potentially. Like, I don't quite know what the dynamics were like for that hex. Like that can get really ugly for dwarves. So I think this was like a bit of a best case scenario for dwarves, maybe in hindsight. Like getting the
Yeah.
cleaning the two towns, G1, I3, no problem. Like doing pretty well in cults without, well, I guess you have five priest to cults, but like delaying cult investment and still doing pretty decently in cults. Like I think it definitely could have
Was
gone worse.
it was round one the big building round? I forget exactly.
No, round one
No,
was
no, wrong.
a town, like
Oh,
the Earth
okay,
cult
okay.
pigs.
Well,
If it was big building, I would have been very tempted to open Stronghold, I think. Just
Yeah, I
that
thought.
alone.
Yeah,
I don't know how valuable that is, but like the 5 points is so juicy, right?
it's town you started priest bonus. Is that right? I'm forgetting
Yeah,
exactly what
no,
happened
no.
in round one.
It's
But
exactly.
yeah.
yeah, no,
Yeah, pretty.
yeah. You took yeah, yeah. I was thinking that maybe Nomads would start a big building and open Stronghold, but I wasn't sure. I'm not I'm not that big of a fan of the Stronghold opening, although it's not bad for sure.
Yeah, on base map, it's not the strongest. Like, it can be good, and I guess in a messy color matchup, it has more merit. Just being able to crush other people's hexes and make things like even messier than they already are, kind of thing. But with like chip VPs in the game, the mid game dwelling rounds, like shipping felt so natural for nomads. And you like the thing is, it's weird. As nomads, you're sandwiched, but it's like a partial sandwich because giants don't really care about yellows. And then also there's a lot of like outer yellow hexes, like B1, H1 are never really threatened. Like, so you always can get some territory with shipping, I feel like, as nomads, even sandwiched. Just answering in the
Yeah,
chat. So Colas, starting dwellings for nomads, F3, E8, and I put my third on D3. I was thinking about G4, but I think it felt too risky. I was worried about losing D3 to giants or halflings.
Is A5 ever an option here? As into the D3.
Maybe. I feel like it's less threatened in D3 because I
Oh
think
yeah, because D3 has both me and giants, I guess, potentially finding it. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I think slightly less threatened, and then they're both like good digging territory. Unless I'm getting early double dig, it doesn't really affected. I was thinking B4 as well too. And I think if I opened Stronghold, I might have considered B4. I kind of like that with Stronghold sometimes. But I don't know if that's better than D3 or A5 either. What else? So in this game, kezilu, you had a really explosive start. I remember that. So like I don't remember what you did in round one, but round two, I think you had two temples, four dwellings, or something like that as halflings, Earth 2, Earth 1. And like you bid a
Uh,
lot on them,
yeah,
but like you got a lot of economy early on.
yeah. So I started out what like tempo five, four dwellings. Is that right? Yeah. I mean, I started worker power on D6 F5, took double dig, did tempo four dwellings, I think. Yeah, and yeah, I guess that next round's probably two tempos. Um, I mean, yeah, I think from the auction it was like fairly likely that that's what happened with them.
Hmm. Man, having gray in the game is so nice. Like the leech you get from that. You got so much leech from giants and nomads in the center. That E6 hex is just nuts for leech. So yeah, I guess that was predictable in hindsight. And then like dominating cults too. So you like got a lot of end game scoring out of that. The only thing you miss is that one
Yeah,
last structure. Like if you got 15 structures, you win this game. So close to that
yeah,
last
yeah,
structure.
yeah. I mean, I think I do need like this bottom left town, or yeah, I think I do need the southwest town, but you know, like it is like pretty expensive in terms of digs. Uh, so yeah, I mean, if I had like one more coin, maybe get A7 or something, and perhaps that's enough. But yeah, it's just yeah. I mean, I just paid a lot and then didn't quite have enough for the last structure.
Yeah, it was close. Another question I had an auction that I was wondering was Giants starting spots. Like, did either of you think Giants might go double center, like at D4, G2? Or if either of you were Giants, like, would you have gone double center? Like, I was thinking about it here. That would have made things really messy for everybody else.
I
I
thought about it for sure. Not
yeah, I
yeah.
thought it
I
was.
mean, sorry.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
my bad.
I mean, I think in this color matchup, I think you're probably giving up connection if you go double center. Um,
Yeah,
it's interesting for sure, but um,
connection's the scary part. I like it
Yeah,
because otherwise Giants felt so limited to be. like D4 and D7, and you kind of see it play out here where like people already got 14 structures, but he had to double hard dig 2 hexes. Like it was really awkward to do that. G2 does give more natural reds, but you're also really fighting hard for a connection, so like interesting trade-off, I guess.
Yeah, like I mean, I like kezilu. Like I thought it was a possibility, but I mean, and like there's good reasons for it, like you said. But I think there's a pretty good chance you don't connect. Like nomads are gonna start E8 and all that, and I think I think it's unlikely to connect, to be honest. It's kind of weird. Like I mean, I thought that's the thing. I thought B-Ball Race's game was pretty good. Like he got Earth 1, Water 1, 3 towns, 14 structures is not that bad. Like it's pretty good 14 structures for giants, I think. And still didn't work. Like I don't know, giants are hard. Like they're definitely they're weak. Even if you get Earth 1, they're kind of weak.
Giants are giants.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have to remind myself, like, giants are giants. They got their limitations. With no landscape, too, it really feels limiting. I'm just gonna look quickly at the. Oh, can I look at the end game? Like the scoring? 'Cause let's see where. I feel like I may have looked at it in my last stream as well. Let's look at it quickly together where I can see the scoring and like where Giants didn't score as much relative to other factions because they scored by far the fewest in-game points, only 102 points compared to we were all 120 plus. Well, I guess Giants only had 10 points end game. So like they did get 14 structures, but that was just tied for third in network. They only got 4 cult
Yeah, and
points.
the quotes.
That's big. And then
The quotes were
only two shipping points, no dig advances. We all had at least 9 points in those. So that adds up too.
yeah. I mean, and you can see there like that in terms of raw points, like VP Warrior, like kezilu had the most with halflings, which I mean makes sense given the explosive start and whatnot.
Yeah, and also the most lost to leech. Like the furthest in the auction and the most
Oh,
lost to leech. So it kind of adds up though. It's like so why it's I mean it's good. It's why we bid halflings down, right? That's what we expected. Um,
I think we generally agree that halflings were the strongest faction. That obviously that by how much that was the question.
Yeah. Also interesting to see, like, this is a super low scoring track, and we're seeing no one had 20 points in the track even. Like, we were all
Oh
in the
wow,
teens in
yeah.
the track. Yeah, it was really clunky.
It's
Yeah, I
remarkable.
think yeah, and I think that's a reason. Like thinking about it, like I'm not sure if I thought that explicitly at the time, but I think there is a good reason for dwarves.
Hmm.
Dwarves tend to like that because of their scoring so strong.
Yeah, I like that as dwarves in auction for sure when I was thinking about it. Like, territory concerns, but the inherent scoring is nice. And then for halflings too, the inherent scoring is good here. And that's why, like, for me
Yeah,
as nomads, I felt like I needed to hit bonuses, which I did hit hard, but like that was without bonus hitting for nomads and giants. Like, we both had the most points in bonuses. But there
oh
weren't
yeah,
necessarily the ways to make up the scoring in this game.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think like you said, I think like as dwarves, like I think I got some pretty nice breaks, like in terms of the territory that I was able to secure. I think the only thing that wasn't let's say a break that I didn't get, but I probably shouldn't have expected to was losing Earth 1. That I mean,
Mm.
obviously I wanted it, but I mean I didn't have enough time to get it. But I mean, I think it should be expected given I was dwarves. I'm gonna open Earth 2, and then like, especially if you open double tempo and halflings have such an explosive start, you guys are gonna go for Earth 1, and then like giants will get Earth 1 if they have a chance.
Oops. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
you
I feel like
don't.
dwarves are actually kind of okay without Earth One, right? Because yeah, I mean, I
Mhm.
tend to feel like the first temple's Earth Two, and you tend to build out like a lot of dwellings next like 2 or 3 rounds, and sometimes it's 4. You really want to build a second temple. So yeah, I mean, I feel like dwarves actually end up like missing Earth One fairly often, and seems mostly okay.
Yeah, me too. And I think of all the factions, dwarves are a faction I'm pretty comfortable without Earth 1. Like Earth 2 is just almost always better. I think I think we know that pretty clearly now. But like and you got Water
Yeah,
1 and Air 1 later, so that works out pretty well for you.
that'll work good enough. Like, I agree with you guys. Like, dwarves are probably one of the factions that least depend on Earth 1 for sure.
Any more comments, anything, questions, whatever before we move on here?
Um, no, one thing I was thinking, like, I mean, you definitely like, I think it was round 5 when you got the stronghold or something. I think
Yep.
one of the first things you did was to slam F2 to prevent me from potentially getting cheaper hexes, right?
Yeah, I didn't know if it was gonna matter. I didn't know if you could actually get 15 structures, but I was like, I was pretty sure you're my biggest competition at that point, not just in this game, but in the season in general. So I was like, I have to sandstorm something in the West. I might as well take a hex away from you that maybe matters, maybe doesn't. I don't think it mattered in the end at all, but yeah, that was my mindset.
Yeah. I think I think it could easily have mattered, but I think in the end I had enough to do the jig upgrades and get to hex.
Yeah, no, you did. And the dig upgrades were a good play too. That was the right call. I feel like dig upgrades with dwarves are super nice, especially like you just it's one of the things. It's a reason why you don't need to rush Earth 1 too. Is you have your inherent scoring, but then like Earth 2 lets you upgrade digs more easily, and then like, in a matchup like this where like you're missing some natural grays, you just dig out your extra hexes and you're totally fine. So I think it's a good example of this. Okay, yeah, let's move on here. Let's get to the next game. Let's start moving forward. We'll get rid of this one and the stats. Okay, so on to the other game with both of us. And this game was on lakes. And we have base factions with extra endgame scoring, so we have edge scoring in play here. And we also have landscapes, so a lot more going on this game. I won, yay. But yeah, we had Chaos Magicians, and then Halai's Cultists, then Felipe's Darklings, and Keslu's Orin. Okay, so the first thing we talked about briefly in the chat, but I have to ask you both on stream. Did No one was high on Chaos here except for me. Um, so I just want to hear a little bit more about like your concerns with Chaos in this game. Like why nobody wanted to bid them down.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I think I'm mostly just
Uh,
worried about getting cut off, right? Yeah, I mean, I guess C3 is most logical starting spot. I wasn't really sure if getting D4. In which case, I guess you just do like a abandoned sanctuary on C3 or something, and then still do similar game plan. Um, but yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I think, I agree. Like, I mean, maybe again, like, I think the biggest reason for chaos, which I was a concern, which probably happens in, I mean, most maps, I guess, in a way, to some extent, is the getting cut off. Like, I thought it was possible for Orange to start D6 and then C4 to be really under pressure. And losing C4 is, I think, a bit tougher than losing D4. But I mean, to be fair, also I think, like I said in the chat, I do think I tend to underestimate chaos a bit.
Just in general, Felipe, or on lakes in particular?
Um, I think a little bit in general, but I think in Lakes, which is as well, which is a map that I think I haven't played as. I mean, I have played a decent amount of games, but not. I think it's other than revised base, the map I played the least, because it's a map I feel like I don't know as well. Probably more. I'm probably more scared. Oh, chaos. What? I mean, like, yeah. Actually, I should probably study this game more to see how you expand it there, because I had
Hmm.
the feeling, oh, expanding chaos in Lakes is hard. I think it's more my. But to some extent, other maps like Chaos, I think, has some of that risk.
Yeah, they're definitely a high risk, high reward faction. But yeah, like totally, you're right. If I lost C4 here, I'm dead. If Orange start D6 and take C4 immediately, Chaos are toast. Like I don't. I guess I would have played a really edge heavy game in the left part of the map, and then I mean, maybe I find two towns still. Maybe C2 is open. Maybe I get two towns. Like I just didn't think it made sense for Ornn to start D6 and take C4. It's not really a town for them. It's nowhere near the edge. It's not helping them for edge scoring. It's some central leech, I guess, but they're spending a spade on C4. Like if they want a town from there, they have to bridge to E5 because I don't think they're beating Darklings to C5. Like it just seemed really awkward for Ornn to actually do that. And then like Keslu, to your point on D4, that was definitely a good break for me. I feel like if I was Cultist, I might have taken D4 first action, although Halai would have needed to take a power bonus to do that. Kind of awkward. It's not clear, but I thought that even if I lost D4, I would be able to get D6 still. And I guess it was possible I lose D4, D6, and C2. But like I thought there was enough leeway there that I could find three hexes for the town, even if I had to double dig a hex. Which I mean, here I did have to double dig a hex because freaking Halai dug
Which
C4 with his double dig.
you had.
So it ended up being like that still. But I think I
Yeah.
actually think on Lakes Chaos Expansion is quite good if you get the center like that. Like once you have C4, look at like with two ship you have A3, A8, E5. Then with three ship you have D2, C7. You're like a dig away from even more hexes with when you dig E2, or if you can get D7 to get to C7 or C8. Like once you have the center, there's lots of options I think. But if you
Mhm.
lose the center when you're starting in the center, then I think you're in trouble. So high risk, high reward for sure.
That's a that's a good yeah. I think those are pretty good points. Like, I mean, I think orange starting D6 can make sense.
Think you're getting a bit cut off, Felipe. Are you still there?
Uh, yeah. Can you hear me?
Okay. The audio is kind of cutting in and out a little bit. What were you saying? So orange starting D6? Okay, I can't hear you anymore. Not
It's
sure what's maybe just internet like issues. Yeah, well, I'll ask like Kesley, like, did you consider D6 at all for Orin, or like were you always going C2, G3?
um. I thought about it a bit. I guess I wasn't really sure what the right place is. I guess I think G3 is pretty obvious. The second one, I'm not really sure what
Hmm.
the right place was. But yeah, I thought a bit about. Well, I don't know. I guess C2 is nicer if you do connect. Uh, yeah, I guess C6 maybe like a secondary choice. But if I started D6, it wouldn't be taking C4. It'd just be for maybe a little bit of leech or something.
Right. Okay, that's good to confirm. I like C2. So I in auction I was kind of originally really low on Ornn because I just had no idea where they were starting and how to figure out a game plan. Then like later on I
Mhm.
kind of saw C2 and I was like, okay, they got one ship expansion on B3. They got a town there. And I was like, I think they could connect. I didn't see Darklings taking F3. Like until round 3, until Felipe had the option to, I was like, I didn't think he was going to do it. And then like once he had
Yeah,
all those priests, and I was like, that's a town space. He isn't like maybe it makes sense then.
yeah. In hindsight, it makes a lot of sense for Darkness like F3. Yeah, I think round three was a dig round, right? So he took it during
Yeah.
a dig round, what like a spade and three priests at that time. So yeah, I think it makes sense. Um, yeah, and I think after losing F3, I think my game is kind of just it's I think my game's kind of just over after that point.
Yeah. You no, you had no chance after you lost F3. Because
Yeah,
because there was two other culty factions in, like Cultists and Chaos. Cultists already had two key town. I had a bunch of priest cults. Like there was just I don't think there's any way for you to recover after that. It's kind of sad about the fragility of Orin sometimes.
yeah. Possibly I could have tried to get like two ship in around like two or three and hard dug that before. I also had my issues in general, I guess. Yeah, like I did kind of a weird opening. I think I think started coins, took priest first action, and then I think I did B3, hard dig, H6, I4.
Yeah. That
Um,
was a really cool
yeah,
opening. I liked it a lot. Like I was thinking about something like that as Orin too. Like it's a five dwelling rush. It's always fun to do. I thought you might even follow up with like a crazy round two TPs because it was a TP round two, and I was like maybe I'll do like three TPs round two or something nuts. Or I guess you could have gone two ship and got a lot more dwellings
Hello.
round two. Like hey Felipe,
yeah,
okay
yeah,
you're
I can
back
hear
now.
you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, my mic. Sorry, just checking my mic. Okay, I think it's working now. Yeah, no, sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, you're clean now. We're just talking about Orin game plans here basically. But yeah, Orin had a lot of options early. Like that was interesting. I think like I feel like I'd undervalued them at first for sure, and then I saw like there's a lot more they can do. I feel like green on lakes is just interesting in general. Like it's a color that I definitely don't have a full hang of how to play green on lakes. Like you have good town territory, but you're on the outskirts of the map. Like it almost reminds me of of Nomads on Fire and Ice, which we'll get to later. But like it's an interesting kind of
Hmm.
dilemma. You can for green at least you can choose to start on D6, but there's no great town there. It is good shipping territory, but yeah, you could also do like you have lots of options for towning. And then for edge scoring, it was interesting too because like they do have things like I3, I4, C7, H9. You could go H9, A9, A10. Like Kesley, you went A1, A2 here. Like there's lots of potential options for good edge hexes too. I guess yeah, in this case it was really just all about connection. I'm curious, Felipe. So one question I had for you this game with Darklings. Did you I thought you would prioritize edge scoring more because like in the end, like the one less edge structure was pretty big. I was wondering just at times, like, did you think about edge like a lot throughout the game, or is that just more like I'm just gonna not worry about it early and just deal with it later on kind of thing? Oh, is Felipe here again?
I think it was more the latter. I didn't
Oh, I hear you
edge
now.
early on.
Uh,
Okay.
so what did you say? Okay, yeah, it was cut off a bit, then I heard you a bit.
S- Yeah. So it was more like the later. I didn't worry too much about edge scoring and like, oh, let's just mostly trying to what it feels a little tricky edge for Darklings there. Obviously they have good digs. Like they can dig,
Hmm.
but like they don't have a lot of natural hexes that easy for hedge. So yeah, I mean,
Uh,
I think yeah, like the
yeah, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, Felipe, I think you're still cutting out. For
Yeah,
me at least, fortunately.
it's like in and out
there
for
in a
me.
way,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really
but
know
the
what you can do about
the
it,
edge
but
was. I mean, at least maybe I didn't prioritize enough.
now I kind of heard you again at the end.
Probably not.
Yeah, I was wondering.
But
So
yeah,
one nice area for Darklings is like D1, C1. I guess you double dig E1 or B1. Like the awkward thing is you kind because you want E3, E4 for connection and for a town there, but none of those are edge hexes. And then D6 was like super nice because it gets you connected on one ship, but it's also not an edge hex. C5 is a natural black, but not an edge hex. And maybe it's a little tougher than I would think for edge. Like, yeah, I was in the mindset of the auction, like Darklings digging
and
faction.
also like not having the link.
Yeah, yeah, lack of landscape too. And I thought for chaos, I was kind of wondering if that's why everyone was low on chaos too, because of the landscape. Although I actually think I was thinking about doing Stronghold at some point and getting it down, and I maybe should have round five, but like decided not to. It ended up working out okay. But landscapes, yeah, I find they're a biggest factor for network more than anything. Like just factions that can't get the landscape down, it's just one less structure, and it can be such a pain to try to fight network without it. But I was impressed that Felipe, you still got 15 structures here. I was like you had a good economy, but not an amazing economy or anything. And then like passed super early round five and just had so many resources round six and just get all your towns, plopped everything down. Went from like 9 structures to 15 structures in that round, something like that. Like Darklings on lakes are just Darklings are just crazy in general, some of the things they can do.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it, but like getting D6 for the connection was really like was I mean saved me a lot of coins. So I think that was really part of it.
Yeah. Super nice. I have an advanced ship as Darklings.
Yeah, I mean I remember when I was having the before you guys talking about F3, right? The gray hex.
Hmm.
Yeah, it wasn't my plan originally to take it or something, but then I saw like, oh, I'm having good priest income in this game. I'm gonna have good priests. Oh, that I think I can get a third town there. Yes, I thought, oh yeah, that's gonna really cut off Oren. Like, it wasn't my goal to the lib explicit. Oh, I'm gonna cut off Oren.
Yeah, kind of like a nice added bonus, I guess. Although I guess that's good for everybody else other than Orin. But it also gets you to H3 and one shipping. I mean, I guess
Yeah,
F2 does, but it's also then it helps you town. Like it makes sense. Anything else in this game here before we move on? Oh, I guess the last thing we didn't talk about it, but like I thought Halai's position was so much worse than it was. Like I know
Yeah,
cultists are
yeah,
good on lakes,
I
but
actually did
hmm
as well. Yeah, I thought that like even up to the last round, like maybe I was competing with Halai for third place, but then yeah, I mean, I did some like math at the end. It's like, oh, I'm actually behind by quite a bit. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's Yeah, it's interesting that he like barely managed like these two towns at the end. Or yeah, for like I5 through I8 and E8 through B9 thing.
Yeah, and his whole his early rounds were nuts. Like the double dig where he dug one of my gray to green, whatever, in round one, and then expensive TP and G5 in round two. Like it's a crazy combination of like inefficiency. That's nuts. And it like he still crushed endgame here. 24 cult points, winning edge scoring outright, winning network outright, like just destroying endgame as cultists really. Just not enough in-game points in the end. But like because he was building so much without neighbors in the east, and I was just like, there's no way this could be good for cultists. And then he still pulls off a really good game with it. But that's why yeah, these kind of things are why it's fun to play with Halai. It's just like always got some wild ideas in his head. That it's like you don't know what's gonna come up during the game, what's gonna happen with him in the game.
Yeah, right. I mean, you're right. Yeah, like you said, like honestly, I think Halai is one of the most creative players in the game. Like
Yeah,
yeah, like he has some crazy lines and they often work really nice. Yeah, he's a really fun player to play with. Yeah, and like Kezilu was saying, I was thinking, yeah, in round four, like in round six, I was thinking, yeah, oh, yeah, I think Barnall has it, but I think I'm gonna get second here. I think they're fighting for third, and then start looking. Wait, he's getting more and more resources. Is he gonna get three towns? Oh, he's gonna get another town, get a bunch of scoring. Oh, he can get.
man, yeah. Just like he needed a big lead to get that third town, but still worth it. Like he just found a way to get all that with Diggs advanced. With didn't get three ship, but two ship. Yeah, gosh, freaking cultists. Things they can do. Anything else before
Yeah.
we move on? Just looking at timing. Anything else in this game to discuss to talk about?
Mhm.
You're still kind of in and out a bit, Felipe, too. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not sure if there's anything we can do about it.
I think good.
Okay, let's yeah, let's move forward then. So that's the two games we're both in.
Uh,
Um,
is it?
so the next game I have here is revised base. So okay, this is the game you weren't in, Kezilu. This is the revised game special. This is the nuts game. We got a In this game we got Fire Nice factions, we got extra end game scoring, we have distance, no landscapes, but yeah, in the end, this is my other win this season. Got the shapeshifters win this game. Felipe's witches
That's
came in
pretty nice.
second, and I think the big story was Felipe digging B1 from B-ball race from Fakir, securing second in this game, and securing the win in the division. Like to me, that was the move. Without that, I'm pretty sure you finished third or fourth this game without that B1 dig, and I yeah, and then you don't win the division. So I'm curious, Felipe, with that move, like when did that come to mind? Like when did you plan on digging B1 away from Fakirs?
It was only round six. That like, I wasn't focusing on that too much, but then I think yeah. Can you hear me? Just checking.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
it's clear now. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Like I think it was only round six. Like I wasn't. It wasn't a like a plan. It was not something too much in advance. It was more like when I realized that b-ball race. Okay, he's delaying his town. And, okay. Yeah. Ooh, if he gets yeah. Oh, B1 is the only hex he can access for cheap with a flight later. If he gets that, he's gonna time on at work, and his distance scoring is gonna improve. Oh, that's a big thing for me. And yeah, I think I can save a worker for that. But like, it's not like I upgrade digs thinking about.
Right. Yeah, you upgrade like I mean upgrading digs for you made a lot of sense to dig out town space. Like you needed the digs anyways. Round six town round and your witches, of course you want towns. I think it's also just good. Like upgrading digs in general, I think tends to be better with extra end game scoring. Oh, it depends a bit, but like often you wanted like dig hexes on the edge of the map or dig hexes that are further away for distance or dig clusters. Like there's often more reasons to take specific hexes with extra end game scoring, and so like advancing dig tends to be more valuable. And we kind of see it this game. Like everyone that could advance dig did advance dig. Like even Fakir's got dig advanced here. I don't know if that's because of extra angry scoring, but definitely a little trend in general to see. And then my shapeshifters, of course, I'm stuck on no digging. Um, Felipe, I'm a bit curious. What do you think about the
Yeah, that's a
auction
good
in this
point.
game? Just to jump to the beginning now.
Yeah,
Did,
y- what I thought about the auction this game. I did think witches were the strongest one, although honestly, your shapeshifters game may prove it otherwise. But I was like Yetis was really I wasn't sure like because Yetis like I put in gray Yetis, so gray and gray in this map. Well, it's not like I don't think it's as bad as base. That's why I thought witches, but I think it
Mhm.
hurts witches less than gray. I wasn't sure about gray Yetis. Like I thought there were some good things for Yetis. I think they were gonna have a good start, like Stronghold, and I think they got Stronghold and Double Dig around one, if I remember correctly, which is really good. But the expansion will be tough, especially if Witch is going Stronghold, which was a good possibility. So I wasn't too high on Yetis. And Fakirs, I didn't think they were super bad or anything, but I still thought they were the weakest. I think I put Witches strongest and Shapeshifter second.
Yeah, I had the same order as you. I think Halai was really high on Yetis. I'm kind of curious what his mindset was, and I forget exactly what B-Ball Race's bids were. I think he was also higher on Yetis, but I could be wrong. Yeah, and I agree with you that green and gray seemed worse for gray than green on revised base. I'm not that familiar with the map, but like looking at it, like it kind of green still had like 2-for-1 digging territory and whatnot, and gray seemed more cut off. Connection was more at risks, like stuff like that. The painful thing for me, it was such a good setup for Yetis. Like the track was really good. I thought the track was great for Yetis. Like early big building rounds, not just to build up to get like worker cult rewards potentially, and then like later dwelling rounds, which they're fine to expand later. Round six towns, like sure they can hit round six towns. Big building tile in play. I got oh man, there were a lot of like things I was like, I love this for Yetis, but I don't know if they actually feasibly can accomplish it while still connecting. Um, and in the end, Halai kind of did, but just couldn't score enough points along the way. And I don't know about you, but I did not think Eddies were connecting. Once I kind of dug in the south east of the map,
Oh,
I didn't think they were ever escaping. But I
it,
guess you never really had the means to dig
oh,
D7 away from them, and
oh,
no one else was.
So it was F6 start, I assume. I
Yeah,
assume like F4, F6 start.
yeah, exactly. I actually Yetis
F4
didn't have to
F6.
start that. Like Yetis had other options, but this was definitely the best for Leech, and it's Halai. Halai loves Leech, so clearly he's clearly doing that.
Yeah, it's what so
Yeah, I agree with
like
you. Like I
E10
didn't think
is
Yetis were connecting.
yeah, E10 is usually black. Is that right on revised face? And G6 is blue. Is that right? Or yeah, I don't quite remember all the hex colors on
E10 is
revised
black.
face.
That's right.
Yeah,
E10 is black
G6 is yeah,
and
and
G6 is
G6 is blue. Is that right? Or is it
yeah, that's right, Kezilu. Yeah, so that's a
so
six
it's
dig town there.
okay. I mean, could be worse.
Could be worse. Yeah, not
yeah.
ideal though.
I think I know, yeah, yeah. I mean, Barno, I think you had a good point. Like, in terms of the setup, good for Yetis, not just for the track, but also I think it was a relatively low coin game. I think Yetis like that
Hmm.
because they can build strong and take so many coin actions.
Yeah, so we're missing two coin bonuses. Coin cult set, dwelling VP, no coin cult reward. So I was really reliant on the six coin bonus for coins in this game. Yeah, I know. When once Yetis are established, they're basically producing their own coins with power. Like once your ideal setup as Yetis is to get workers through the cult, through bonuses, through dwellings, and to get coins through power, and then you just have a monster economy once you have that all set up. So yeah, I can't remember if I saw that in the auction or not, but I that was definitely another perk to Yetis here. And I guess a bit like shapeshifters, they don't mind a low coin game as much with their extra econ from their book ability. Although I did feel it, like I had Fire 1 and I still felt coin tight a lot of points this game. I think you kept passing like early to take coins action this game, so I think you kind of stole a lot of the coins from everyone else this game.
Yeah.
So that was definitely a big
Oh yeah, I
reason
took a lot
why.
of coins actions this game.
Yeah, oh actually let me look at the stats quickly.
Yeah, no, I took
Let's
a good.
find that. I feel like this season in general, you took a lot of coins actions, Felipe. I feel like there's multiple games where you just kept taking coins. The Darklings game on Lakes, you had at least a couple coins actions.
Coins are
Uh, oh my gosh, yeah, you had
coins actually are good. Yeah.
so you had
See,
four
well,
coins
I
actions. B-Ball Race had two coins actions. Halai had seven. Halai had seven coins actions. Freaking Yetis. Oh my
He's
gosh,
on
wait,
seven. Oh my god.
Halai had one bridge action, eight priest actions, four workers actions, seven coins actions, and a double dig action.
Oh god.
He,
Yeah. 49 coins by power actions. This is crazy.
he took 21 power actions. Like even for Yetis, that's a lot of power actions, no? That's that's insane. I need to look at Yeti stats more often. That's ridiculous. Yeah, and
How
in the
much? How
meantime,
much power they
like
lost to Leech or to Win?
oh, a lot. He lost actually only 16 from Leech. Oh, I thought it was gonna be more than that.
Whoa, wow.
Uh, really? I mean, he produced a lot of power. He produced 48 power with Income. Like got some of the cults, I guess. He got 31 power via
Wow. Yeah.
Leech.
114
Not
power.
great. We all got a lot of Leech. Actually, not any more than the rest of us. But yeah, just to like production. He had
Yeah.
what he had air two, right? Um, yeah,
Yeah.
he had
Yeah. Yeah.
air
He had a lot
two,
of
and then
power. Crazy.
Stronghold up. Oh, we had trading post up early too. So we had Stronghold trading post and air two and Earth two round three or something. He took. Oh, he took air two round three though, but he opened Stronghold, which is four power, so that's like another air two. Yeah, just a a lot of power produced. So many power actions. That's so stupid.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Actually, I want to hear your thoughts on the game because you shapeshifters, like you had a very sweet game.
I had a sweet game, but it was messy. Okay, I had big dreams this game as shapeshifters. I had dreams of four towns initially. Like in the auction, I was like, if I'm
Oh wow.
shapeshifters, I'm going big here. And then I lost D4 immediately in round two, and I was like, yeah, that's not happening. Had to quickly pivot because like once I lost D2 or D4, I mean from Fakirs. They took it like with a double dig round two, which I didn't see coming originally until like late round one, I think. But once that happened, I never could get to G1 before Yetis. The thing with shapeshifters is like you always have a lot of the time you have tempo issues with your stronghold because shifting takes an action, and so like you have to kind of reveal your intentions before you do them. So I can't just shift the gray and take G1 before Yetis take it, like unless Halai is really focused on other things. So
Hmm.
yeah, once I lost D4, I was like, okay, we're gonna have to settle for three towns. Try to win distance, which I didn't even do that well in distance. I did okay, but it's because you dug B-Ball Race's Hex. It wouldn't have been that good. But the other big thing to me this game as any faction really, but I liked it a lot of shapeshifters was getting the big building scroll round three and doing both my big buildings round three and a big building round. Like that to me was like a really big key of the game was getting on that bonus. Like the 8 points were really big with only two scoring bonuses in play, like taking that from other factions. And then also the workers like just help you get the big buildings up. And the big buildings are good. I remember in that round I did Sanctuary first action for Earth One because I was worried about losing that. And then Stronghold is good economically, but as shapeshifters they all cost a little cheaper than other factions too because you're getting your ability whenever you upgrade. So like I think that's like good for shapeshifters, kind of having that kind of a round three where you really build up and then can kind of spread out later. Um, yeah, basically I think there are a lot of paths. Like I think I didn't get four towns, my crazy dream, but then like
Interesting.
three towns and that was totally fine. Winning network seemed like pretty likely here, or at least like tying for the win with witches maybe. And then Colts were like pretty open outside of Yetis. So I thought they could do pretty well in Colts. I thought there was a lot of like upside to shapeshifters basically. But it was a lot messier than I wanted it to be. Like having to
Yeah.
also losing C4 to Fakirs and having to dig A10. Like I was really fortunate in that like because you didn't have tempo on those hexes because Yetis had tempo on A12, you couldn't really go for a town there. Like I thought I was getting two towns at one point. But even so, having to like hard dig A10, I had to hard dig A4 late in the game. Like not things you really want to do as shapeshifters. But I guess I was in a good enough position that it was all kind of fine. I could kind of get away with all of it. But I think they had a super high ceiling here. If everything went right for shapeshifters, it could have been like a monster game.
Interesting. Yeah, I want to ask one thing. Like, I think was round two or something. Like, there was a cult bonus, spade, and then you turn I11 to gray. And I thought, oh,
Oh
he's
yeah.
gonna shapeshift to gray later. It never happened.
Yeah, that looks really weird in hindsight. I honestly just kind of didn't have a good use for the spade. Like it was a weird thing where I did the priest to cult more for like the cult position than anything. I thought like I mean I shifted I11 to gray like in case that Yetis left G1 open that I would shift to gray and take G1 and I11. But like with Yetis taking G1, I just thought red was better than gray. Like red in the north looked really nice, getting D6 and then two ship to A6. Digging B4 was fine. That was a good town spot. Like I thought that was all better than shifting to gray, but I didn't like nothing else really worked with the dig. It was really weird. Normally I wouldn't care. Like, I would just maybe dig G4 to brown and build there because I started on brown and I was on brown at that point. But like with distance scoring in the game, I really wanted H8 or I11 or an I12, something like that. Like the extra edge like towards the corner was actually important. So like G4 didn't do anything for me in that sense.
Hmm.
It was just a really weird scenario where like I didn't have a good use for that spade, so I just did something I was like maybe it'll come in handy someday and never did. But I didn't. I was fine. I didn't really think I needed it.
I see. Yeah, that was yeah no that yeah that's interesting because I was wondering. I mean, I thought you were gonna do it, and then like that actually made me scared a little bit because I wanted I think I need to go to the west for both distance and even maybe towns or something, or to use the free grains for a stronghold. And I thought, oof, if I lose e4 and c2, I'm toast here. I don't connect. And I thought that Halai maybe I'm not sure if it was good for him, but I thought there was a chance he could maybe steal e4 on me. And then if you
hmm
and gets you could get c2 after shifting.
Yeah, I was actually kind of
So
wondering if he
like
was gonna do that too. Sorry, I kind of heard you got
trying
cut
to
off a little
rush
bit
to
again
get
there, Felipe.
like I think it was maybe a little network bad. Yeah, I mean with networks potentially being I mean that could affect network and distance. I thought maybe Halai will do that regardless.
Yeah, I can't believe Yeti's won distance here. Like, man, I was looking at this and it's like I thought shapeshifters maybe our Fakirs win distance. I thought Fakirs would get H1 B6 or B1 and H8, like something like that, and do really well in distance. In the auction, I did not think Yetis were winning distance. Like that's kind of nuts seeing it in the end. I also thought Halai might go up to E4 and C2. Like I thought that was a possibility. I guess it's not great digging territory for Yetis up there, but like neither is Southwest. It's just the trouble. Like with you with like you said, like Witch is going stronghold, and then you beat Yetis to F2, and then like Yeti's territory is a lot sadder without that space. And because they want distance, and it doesn't make a lot of sense for them
Yeah,
to go like H6, I10, I11, and unless they go E4 and like C2, A2 as well, like go the other way in the map kind of thing. But I don't know. That's a lot. I don't know if they could afford to do that. Yeah. Like
yeah, it
one.
wasn't clear. Like I mean, yeah, that game was rough. Like
Yeah. Go ahead, Felipe. Finish your thought.
oh yeah, no, I mean it was rough because of I mean all the like it was definitely a bit brutal in the sense like oh, let's say up especially in the northeast like Bibor Race digging double digging C4 for his connection. You're going there eventually take A10 and Halai taking A12. Like I had I had maybe some dreams of three towns taking the northeast town, but then like I started seeing oh yeah this is not gonna I mean when people start encroaching there yeah it's probably not gonna work.
Yeah. It was a bit like because the track was round 4 and 5 dwellings, like there was a lot of incentive for factions to build up than out to hit the track, but then that makes you slower to secure territory. So it's an interesting trade-off, I think, here. And I was kind of feeling like everybody maybe should have, maybe myself included, like everybody should have gone just ignored the track a little more and like just gone more expansive or secure digging early, secure town space because round 6 towns was super important here too. It was an interesting trade-off,
Hmm.
and I think looking at it now, like it's so weird to see no Witch's Town in the east, right? You have a Witch's Town in the west, but nothing in the east. Just three structures in the east of the map, which even for Revise, like I think is just so unusual for witches. Like usually that's your best territory, but then Gray in the game and all that pressure in the northeast, and like yeah, it ends up being so awkward in the end. And then
Yeah, that was
oh,
weird. I mean yeah maybe
I was just gonna quickly say Fakir's an F7 too. F7 start was also wild. Revised base things like
oh
on
yeah
regular base map you'd never see that, but on revised base it made sense. Like and it was interesting. It was cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think F7
yeah I
is
think
actually
like
like
just
pretty good
honestly
on Fakirs only for Rise base. It's like a Fakirs only move they can do. It's like I think it's usually quite bad on nomads, but like pretty good in Fakirs actually. Although I mean I don't know, like I guess from my perspective, it looks like Fakirs have like a really rough game, right? They got G7 and H1 dug by Gray, and then D1 dug by Green, which is 3 hexes that you'd hope to get most games.
Yeah, that was definitely sad for them. Like,
I mean,
if they get
wait,
even,
I assume it was like was it Fakirs Town round 6, and then both H1 and B1 both melee got dug or something, or
like basically, I don't quite remember the sequencing.
Kinda.
I
I
think
think.
Hawaii might have taken H1 earlier, but yeah, kind of like that. Like Fakir's town late.
Hmm.
yeah, because like it looks like they're
For
also
Keystone,
connecting
very
on
late.
just like one or yeah, they're connecting on one range as well. So it's like they didn't actually need the range upgrade. It seems
No,
like.
no, B-ball race. Yeah, he said in the chat like he was like a one ship, but then like he's yeah like he said in the chat like after I dug B1, after he got the town, then I dug B1. He said yeah, that was my only chance was to get B1. Like he knew like I mean he kind of did this much
Right.
because he needed to get that in order to get a better position in the game. He needed to get B1. But
Yeah,
that's
with
right. You're right that he didn't. He got the town so late that he didn't really need the range.
yeah, it was a weird thing with Fakir's this game because like usually with Fakir's you want that early town for range and you want to like use that to get all your dwellings. But this game you had round 6 towns and that like incentivizes the opposite. I had crazy plans of doing stronghold as Fakir's this game. Like if I was on Fakir's and in the auction I was kind of spitballing. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do stronghold round 3 and do some crazy stuff and like I don't know if that would have worked. It's so inefficient. Like it's so expensive for them. I made it work in round 4 before. I had a really good game in one of these
I
divs in round 4. Round 3 is so early though. I don't know about that. But I think there's
I think you could
justification for
maybe
doing the
have
stronghold
made it
at some
work if
point.
you gone early con.
Yeah. But then you'd have to forego double temple, I think. And I definitely couldn't do Sanctuary Earth 1. Like scoring favor would be out of the question. So you just go double econ, stronghold, pure econ, try to win distance. Try to find 2 towns, I think, with the stronghold would be your game plan, but it's tough. Like looking at this map, where else are they town? I mean, D3, E3, E2, C1,
They,
something
I mean,
like that. I don't
the
know.
yeah, I think it's tricky, but it could maybe have worked. I think it's tricky.
It would have been cool. The trade-off is like you wouldn't need to have dug D4, C4, C5. Like those are all digs you could use towards a town or just not dig at all and do other stuff with them. Use those resources for the
Hmm.
stronghold. So yeah, it's kind of it would have been super interesting. And I think I said in my last stream of all the games, like this is the game I'm most curious. Not going to happen probably, but I'd be most curious to replay this game and to see what else happens because I think there was a lot of options for everybody here. Fakirs with some crazy stronghold stuff. Shapeshifters, I could have opened stronghold too, and that would have let me secure D4, like in hindsight. And I think F3 was still safe, so I maybe could have gotten a center town that way. Witches, you had some different options, like Felipe,
Mm.
like you went Priest to Air, you could have gone like Temp Ship and some like more expansive early opening potentially. Yetis could have even gone Temple round 1 and Stronghold round 3, or like he started on the big building scroll and fourth seat. He could have picked the Spade instead and just gone for plans with that. Like there were a lot of different options for every faction here. I think and I think the end result here could have been very, very different depending on how things played out like early on.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a good point. I agree. Like I mean, with witches, I mean, definitely strong. I mean, I like the stronghold line better. Like you could make a case for temp ship and temple more dwellings, air two.
Well, you you could do like I like one of the openings I like as witches is temp ship, take workers action, and open stronghold for dwellings. Can you do that here? E7 B5 temp ship gives you A11. Yeah, you get G3 from Yetis. That would be the big difference. So you do get stronghold 4 dwellings. G3 is a bit of a weird dwelling because it doesn't really
Oh
help you
right,
that
yeah,
much, but it gives you like a big early economy. The trade-off is you don't do as well in the later dwelling rounds, but you probably get 3 towns, maybe get 3 towns out of it. You also probably don't win air cults. That's a trade-off there. Like it's unclear kind of what's better.
yeah.
I
The
think if I
coin
was witches,
situation
that's what I was
could be
going for.
tricky there.
Yeah, true. That's true.
The coin could be tricky there. I think that was I think I thought about that, but I mean, you have to start just Also, not starting. No, actually, I could start in 9. Never mind. I could start in 9. But I think the coins could be tricky.
Yeah, because you're taking a worker's action, so you're immediately using a bunch of power for workers instead of coins. Uh, Stronghold helps a bit with coins, like free dwellings, but you still need 3 ship to connect there.
Hmm.
Hard to say. You would have been coin tight for sure. I don't know how if you could have afforded like advanced digs around 5, and that without advancing digs, the third town might have been difficult too. I don't know, but again, this game where there were so many options for all the factions. Like it was so unclear what exactly the best path was, which is always I think it's really fun. Makes Terra Mystica fun, and it makes turn-based a bit excruciating sometimes when it's like everything is possible. That's also shapeshifters in a nutshell too. Gosh,
Yeah.
shapeshifters turn-based are just like, oh my gosh, blows your mind when you're thinking about shifting different colors and like. Whew, once I got to round 3, I was like, oh my gosh, I really a couple of points I had to sit and like think it through for like 10 minutes. It's like, what am I doing here? What's my plan? Like, just so many options, but they're also super fun to play. I like them a lot.
Yeah, that was cool. I mean, I think that shows I have a maybe unpopular opinion that revised base is overhated. I think it's not that
Hmm.
bad of a map as people think.
And I also like revised phase, so we're it's kind of like preaching to the choir here. But
I just kind of pick in these games for I don't know, just for fun, do something different. I don't mind it. I think people just don't like it because it's too similar to base, like without being different enough to really play. But I don't know. There's definitely different dynamics in play. Like yeah, Kezilu, like you said, like Fakir's on F7, or like we talked about, like that's a weird revised base thing that you don't see on base map. Like there's enough different. I think at like a high level, it does change it enough that that I think it's kind of cool. No, I don't mind it either. And there's a lot more to learn about it, a lot more that we don't know about it that we like, unlike base, for example. We should probably move forward. Any other
Yeah,
quick
yeah,
comments
it's very
here?
unexplored.
Yeah, Felipe or Casaluna, anything else
Um,
quickly
no,
to comment on this game before we move forward?
no, no.
no, yeah, I mean, it looks very strange to me, but I mean, I guess that's what typical Felipe.
Yeah, not only is it a revised base, I hope you can't hear the phone in the background. Um, I'll turn this off. Yeah, not only is it revised base, so it's strange in that way, but we have Fire and Ice factions, and it's freaking messy with with all the weird digs and towns cut off, and yeah, this is a classic. This is a specialty game here for this div. Okay, let's move on here. Uh, Sorry, I don't know if you can hear that, but the phone is so obnoxious to me. It's right in my ear. Okay. Anyways, set my last game here. Second last game. We'll go over like the last one, I think, briefly with Felipe, your acolytes win at the end. You guys can talk about that a bit. But let's just talk about my last game here first. And this is Fire and Ice. We have Fire and Ice factions and fan factions, although we only have Architects and Ice Maidens, and then we have Nomads and Orin here. No extra endgame scoring, no landscapes, nothing else fancy. And this game was super close. So 5 points separating first and fourth. Beeble Race's Architects and my Nomads here. Yeah, Architects win this one. Like a really kind of cool game from B-Ball Race, I think. A nice clean Architects game where snuck second on network with only 11 structures, snuck 3 towns in. Got that had a wild opening where he like did a hard dig and I forget exactly what, but he got Tukey Town round 2 with early digs down the south here, cut me off. Um, yeah, really cool. And then I talked a lot about nomads in this map and my struggles with them and not knowing them super well and the puzzle of trying to figure them out. Um, well, we'll start with Kezilu with your perspectives. You got second here with Orin despite getting cut off, which is pretty cool. That's not always easy to do. How do you feel about your game? Like maybe pre and post getting cutting off. Like, did you think you're in good spots this game or like a bad spot? Like, what was your perspective?
Yeah, I actually thought I was doing really well throughout like the first couple rounds without getting cut off. I think even after getting cut off, yeah, I mean, I was like looking back on the site. I think I had some paths to still winning it, right? So like I think I had a chance to like round 4 or round 5. I think like temp ship and double dig D5, for example, to like still secure connection.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I think I kind of in the middle thing where I
hmm.
I did like intermediate thing where I got 2 shipping, but still got cut off. Whereas, I think I could have chosen either to stick with like one chipping and go for three towns, or yeah, or done two shipping and like been a little bit less greedy and actually tried to connect. Oh yeah, like actually in round yeah at the end of round 5, yeah, I think my last move round 5 is I built a dwelling on E11. I think. I think besides that, the other thing I could have done is I could have just passed on spade one move earlier and then had the idea of triple taking A4 and B4.
Mm. Oh man.
Um,
Ooh.
yeah, but yeah, the thing is, like, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if you were gonna like block it on A4, or not, which is why I ended up not doing that. I also did some math, uh, at the end of round 5, and I thought that I would still be winning, with taking D11, but I evidently did my math wrong. So
I
yeah.
think if you took B4 first, I definitely would have taken A4, for sure. If you took A4 first,
Yeah. So it would have been A4 first for sure.
yeah, I don't think I would double dig B4. I was so tight this game in terms of resources and stuff I need to do. Like I don't think I could have feasibly have done that for 6 points for me for a 12-point swing on us. Like maybe it would have been
Oh,
worth it if it got me third
I mean
place.
yeah, I mean the other thing is that like I wasn't sure if like end of round 5 you would have taken A4 or not, right? Is the other
Mm.
thing.
Yeah, it's weird. I didn't have Earth 1, and so like I didn't take A4. Because I needed my own hexes. Like I mean, I was looking at connection the whole time. I thought I was getting E6 and H8 to connect, and I was like, I need dwellings there. I still need B7 for the town in the northeast, and like I was like, I have A9. Maybe I want that for the town too. I had so many hexes to build and not really enough ability to build all the different hexes. So I don't remember. Like I can't remember how close I was to building on A4 or not, but it certainly wasn't like a priority of mine because I just had so much other stuff to do. I think one thing I'm curious about was you taking Earth 1. I remember thinking like when you took it, I was like, I don't think that's the right move. I don't like I was like I was lower on Orin after you took Earth 1, but then like you kind of made it work really well. Like you still had a really good economy this game, and despite getting cut off, like I guess getting cut off like justifies Earth 1 more because then you want the points greedy approach. I was wondering if an econ favor would have let you secure F3 round 2, but that also was kind of inefficient. You had to would have had to sacrifice cult position for that, I think. But I'm curious, what was your justification for Earth 1 here?
Um, yeah, I mean, I guess part of it's like bad track, and like bad track, and I thought that by like taking the center, I'd really get a lot of leech. And yeah, because I did like
Mm,
have a weird thing where I single dig spade action D7, round 1, right? So yeah, so by like cutting
yeah.
through the center, you get like a bunch of leech, so I thought that would like somewhat make up for it. And I guess also, yeah, Iceman started G2, which I actually wasn't expecting, so that also gave me like more leech than I was initially expecting.
Right, yeah, on C2 there. Yeah, you had nice synergy, C2, D3. And then the West start, I thought Orin were going double center, but I like the West start, like the D3 start. That 2 for 1 is just so efficient. And then you're cutting through the center anyways. You end up getting C4. But then when you get that, like yeah, it looks super nice. Oh man, if you connected, you were gonna crush this game actually. Looking at it now. I
Yeah,
I although
so
I
yeah, so I
also
mean, yeah, in hindsight, in hindsight, I wish I did not build D11 and yeah, and try to go for like triple dig on A4 for my first action, but yeah.
yeah, that might have been enough, I guess. Like in hindsight too, or not in hindsight, but I remember thinking the whole time the Ice Mains were gonna crush this game too. But I'd have to talk to Halai more about his play, and I thought they were in a really good position on the auction at least. But they were like so behind on scoring. Like they didn't score much till late in the game. And then he kind of took off and he won network in the end. Like he kind of went from having nothing in the mid game to like ending up winning network. But I guess like there was a lot of cult competition. Like yeah, you won 3 cults as Orin. So Ice Maidens didn't do like super well in cults, only 12 cult points. Um yeah, not quite as good as I thought they would do, but they were like so nicely positioned in the center with E3, D6, and C3 being pretty open. The second dwelling on C2 was interesting. He had a lot of options. I thought they might go H3, like they were starting on black. I thought that was a path as well. Uh, E6 start or E7? What's the black hex there? E7. That would have made sense as well, and could have been really painful for me. Like, well, he cut me off anyways, but it would have made made it very clear that I was not connecting through E6. But yeah, I think Ice Maid's had a lot of options here to
Mhm.
do well. But I think for myself in the auction, I definitely underestimated Orin. I had Nomads higher than Orin, and in hindsight, Orin were definitely better than Nomads here. Nomads are tricky, especially with a colored neighbor on this map. Like I needed so many bridges, I needed so many hexes for connection, I needed shipping. Like once I lost I4 to Architects, like everything was so dicey after that. Have you guys played much Nomads on Fire and Ice? Because I haven't, and I'm really curious to learn them better after this game.
A little bit. Not yeah, it's
Not that much.
not that much, but a little bit.
You get this,
Yeah, they yellow seems good there, but also the connection seems a little, can be dicey, like you said.
yeah. It's again, it reminded me of Green on Lakes, where like you're on the outside of the map, but you do have good expansion territory. But yeah, in this case, connection's even dicier. You kind of there's like three different paths. There's like getting through B5 to connect D4 and C5. There's getting through E6 to connect C5 and H7, and then like H8 or something else there. And then there's getting through the south, like I3, I4, I5 to connect D4 and I6. Like it seems like you need two of those three paths to connect as nomads. Or you also alternatively could
Mhm.
place your starting dwellings differently. So you just ignore, let's say H7, you ignore that southern territory and just play for other parts of the map. But here the problem was
Yeah,
architects placed their second dwelling after me, and so like it made my dwelling placement really awkward, and like I didn't really see a good way to play a part of the map because if I went A4, architects could go B5 and just completely make that look terrible. Um, if I go C5, H7, like which is what I think I did, then it's still dicey. Like it's just yeah, everything was awkward. I found for nomads, but like the expansion territory is so tantalizing. Like you got B6 on one shipping, you got two digs for a hex or one dig. I mean one dig for two hexes. Like two ship is really nice to get you natural yellows. Like such good expansion, but definitely trade-offs associated with it, which are really cool. I think.
Would I4 make sense? Like you could
Mm,
lose the
excuse me.
yeah, maybe Felipe.
ship.
You're kind of cutting in and out a little bit again, but I heard you say I4. Yeah, huh. So I started H7, but maybe I just started I4. And then you're basically connected on
I
D4. Well, I guess I would
lose
go
the shipping.
C I would go what? C5, D4, my first two dwellings. And then I4 with the third maybe?
Yeah,
Like well, I guess I could go I4 my second. Architect's never placing I3. That just makes no sense for them. But like something like that, and then you just need B5 to connect, and then I was worried throughout the game that architects could go shipping and get B5 on me, but like it doesn't it's not super natural for them to do. Like when they have their bridge ability, they don't really need a ton of early shipping. Maybe that was a better play actually. Maybe starting I4 then, just securing that. Like I thought I could just dig through to I4, but B-ball race like really aggressively beat me there. But if I just start an I4, the thing is I guess I was on temp ship in round one to start, and I can't use temp ship quite as well with that. But the connection being secured is probably a worthy trade-off. I can just do other things in the opening. Hmm.
yeah. This is tricky me. I don't know if I probably would not have started I4 myself. I probably would not have thought about that at the game. Honestly, it's more like looking hindsight.
Yeah, but I think it makes quite a bit of
Like
sense in hindsight.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
one
I've seen
interesting
some
thing.
like
Look at me. I haven't watched
I've
this
seen
game
some
much,
like
obviously.
A4 starts as well, but I don't think it makes that much sense in this context.
A4 would be fine if I didn't have to worry about architects. Like if there was no red in the game, it would have been much cleaner, I think. Yeah. It's lots of options, huh, for nomads and fire and ice.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
it's
this was
interesting. This game, like none of you guys built that many.
yeah, you go ahead, Felipe, yeah.
Sorry, I mean none of you guys. Yeah, none of you guys built many structures. Like even I mean you were less network because you didn't connect, but even then, like you only had 11 structures. Same for architects and Orion. Like Halai 114 network. That seems maybe was kind of a yeah. Far Nice can be aggressive, I guess.
I think it's ended up being like quite an aggressive map, right? Yeah, like I wasn't actually sure if architects were going to take F3, right? Like it. I mean, I guess taking F3 basically requires you to build like both big buildings, which it wasn't obvious that like you actually want to build both big buildings this game to me at least, and like I was kind of hoping that architects want to expand east first before like potentially going for like F3 G3. So it's like yeah, it's a little bit sad for me to lose those, I guess.
Yeah, definitely sad. I thought they would because there was like
That
round
makes
four
sense.
and five big building rounds here. Like it was another very
Uh,
clunky track. So we had like
yes.
round three TPs and then round four and five big buildings, round six temples. That's also a reason, Felipe, why there's not a ton built this game because like it was a low scoring track and wasn't a huge payoff for just building dwellings. And then towns were kind of hard to come by for, well, maybe for me and kezilu, I guess, not for the other
Mm.
factions. They each had three towns. But yeah, that works out super nice for architects. Like, yeah, that F2 bridge, and then you only have to single dig F3, and then G3 is one dig. Kind of like a very cute little town there, a sanctuary town. But yeah, my plan was not to play like taller. I just once Halai cut me off E6 pretty late in the game, like round five. I just didn't have the means to really go for it until late. I was kind of hoping it would hang, but like once he cut me off, I was like, I just had to make sure I beat Orn on network for my game. That's all I could really do. And then so at that point, I just oh my God. Okay, I used at that point I just used resources to advance dig instead. I went like temple. I was on the TP tile and just went like TP temple TP. It was a temple round, so like stuff like that. Just finding other ways to score. But yeah, I wonder maybe you do see less structures in Fire Dice in general because it's such an aggressive map. Somebody usually gets cut off. I feel like in Fire Dice games, and then because of that, that faction has less incentive to play expansively. So maybe that's true. Any other comments about this game? Anything other things to point out before we move forward? Seems like we're good. All right. Yeah, super close game. Yeah, this is the game. I just needed two more points, Felipe.
Mm.
All I needed in this game. Two more points to beat you.
Very man, I gotta thank B-Ball. I think gotta thank B-Ball Race for doing that. And well, I guess my thanks were to dig his hacks on the other game. Man, I feel bad.
A great way to repay it. Yeah. Although he didn't really hurt me here. You're at Kesley. You could thank Kalai for taking E6. Although it made sense for him to take it. Like it was a good move for him. I got yeah, even if I got E6, it's still really awkward for me. But
It's like three bridge towns for Ice Maidens. It's kind of interesting.
yeah. Oh, actually, one more. Yeah, three bridge towns for Ice Maidens, two bridge towns for Nomads, and two bridge towns for Architects. We had a seven bridge game. Another weird thing.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah,
Normally,
yeah. Like
Really, the most
I
I've
think
seen.
I was also I think that's also partially why I was hoping to like maybe take D5 later. Is that like yeah perhaps Halai doesn't want that many producers and it was like willing to do like a sanctuary E3 instead. But I mean it makes sense that like a slice man you don't really want to do the sanctuary. Help that.
yeah. It's yeah, D5 kicks him on one ship too. That's another little perk of it. But it was kind of awkward there. I was thinking at one
Mm.
point I was debating Stronghold as Nomads and maybe like Sandstorming D5. Oh no, I was debating double digging D5 because it got me B5 on one ship too, and it meant I didn't have to bridge for that town. That could have made things a little spicier. Uh, for Halai here as well. But yeah, a seven bridge game. Oh man, it's so weird. But yeah, the bridge pressure in Fire and Ice is also real. And so for my game, I felt that a lot too. I recognized like, oh gosh, I need at least two bridges for towns. Not to mention it was also a coin tight game, like no six coin bonus, no coin cult rewards.
Mm.
Gosh, that there was so much to fight for in this game, especially for nomads, which I definitely did not see in the auction. Okay, let's move on to the last game, the game that you're both in, that I'm out of here. Um, so we've got fjords, we've got Fire and Ice factions with fan factions. So we've got Felipe, you're in Acolytes, Keslu, you're in Selkies, Halai is a casual Four Town Witches, and Vivo Race on Chaos Magicians. And Felipe, you crushed this game as Acolytes. And I was looking at the replay and it was a sweet Acolytes game. Like it looks so smooth for you. Like how did it feel playing it?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one I felt. Yeah, that one I felt pretty good for essentially all the game. I thought. Yeah, I thought it was going well. Right from pretty much from the beginning. I did think I think it beat witches a bit more because I thought witches were still a bit stronger. I mean, it's fjords, no neighbors and stuff. But yeah. I thought the track was good for acolytes in general, like big building around one with fire. So like just get those sweet workers after I take the priest, good bonus. There were two spades on the code, which is not great, but yeah, we still was able to use. And the late area rewards, I was able to get a lot of work. Maybe a little underrated there. Like because with Selkies in the game, they're starting brown hex is not a home hex for them, so like it's also cheaper for acolytes to take.
That's true.
Yeah, always a nice
Oh,
thing I think with
wait, so sorry. So ice actually doesn't count as a home hex for
It
for
does
you know.
not.
Okay,
yeah.
it doesn't. I mean, I don't think they actually take any browns or I9 I guess.
I did G7 and at least G7.
Okay,
I9
right,
too, yeah.
that's brown. Got it.
Yeah, it tends to be a bigger deal for Dragon Lords where like you really don't want to double dig if you can help it. Like
Hmm.
Acolytes, one extra cult step is not that big of a deal, but it's still nice. Like it's still nice not to have to do it. I noticed actually this is kind of a
Yeah, no,
weird game where
yeah,
there's almost no color neighbor in this game. Like I know Acolytes and Selkies are color neighbors, but like Acolytes don't care. Like of course it's just, they don't follow the color wheel. And then Ice factions like care, but they care more about single dig hexes. Like so in a sense, there's like almost like no one had a color neighbor, kind of a wonky a wonky thing you see with
yeah,
expansion
and
factions.
even
And
yeah, and even acolytes, yeah, and even you're like they have only one place where they actually have any adjacency.
hmm, Felipe, you're kind of in and out again.
Yeah, but like I mean, oh, sorry, yeah, let me see. Um,
That's okay. It's kind of been ongoing,
yeah,
but
give me a
we'll just
sec. Let's
do what
see
we
if I
can
can.
do. Yeah, I don't
Okay,
really know.
yeah.
I don't know what you can do to fix
Well,
it.
I got to complain about my internet.
Yeah, I think it's just internet.
Maybe I can
These
get
things just
closer to
lag.
Wi-Fi or something.
Okay, I'll well whatever while you're doing whatever you're doing, I'll ask you about Selkies here. I think I played Selkies once or maybe never played them. Um,
Yeah,
how did
I play them like
how do you feel?
once
Yeah.
as well.
Hmm.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I didn't get very much leech in early game, which like felt kind of bad. But like,
Hmm.
I feel like I got like a reasonable amount of stuff done with them. Just like more or less not quite enough. Yeah, I mean, I thought the track was actually pretty good for Selkies, right? Like big building round one, then like dwellings round six. I think are both pretty good. Um, but yeah, I mean, like I think my early game felt like yeah, the early game felt a bit slow, and yeah, and I think in hindsight I would have hit him a bit further down. Yeah, in hindsight. Yeah, I started B2 E6 as hoping that Witcher started in like C2 or something, but yeah, it didn't happen. So yeah, it's a bit sad to not see that happen.
I always liked that with brown and green, the B2 C2 start or dynamic. Like, yeah, you kind of have to
Mhm.
just like hope that one of them has to like bite the bullet and kind of take the risk and start there first, hope the other joins them, which is fun. But the
Yeah,
good thing is that like with witches, they almost always come there at some point. So like even if they're not starting there, like he's going to fly to C2. It's just too good of a town spot to ignore. So I guess it's
yeah,
always kind of safe to get there. And it's cool with Selkies, like it actually makes sense because like you're happy just to expand over the river, to build in the river, like you want to do that anyways. So like you don't have to worry
yeah,
about
yeah,
being tight for town space there. So that's pretty cool. I like that. It still kind of looked like it worked out in the end, even though maybe it wasn't like quite as you hoped.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess other choice maybe like I don't know. I think E6 has to happen, and then like I don't know, like maybe you can try like C7 or H2 or something for the other choices. But yeah, it seemed like pretty reasonable. Yeah, I think I just had like a pretty slow early game, right? Like I think like both round one and round two, I ended up like I think round one basically like I started on just like the EV bonus just for the worker. I just built like a sanction. I just built a stronghold and a dwelling that passed. I think
Hmm.
round two I also passed quite early. So yeah, in the first two rounds I didn't really get a whole lot going, but yeah, I think for the rest, yeah, the rest of the game actually felt pretty good. Although still fourth place.
Yeah, that's partly the nature of Fjords because everyone is having really good games on Fjords, which often happens, and especially in this game with the Four Town Witches, Acolytes crushing it. Like, yeah, if you don't have a good start, it's hard to keep up. But I think it's the case with ice factions in general. I feel like more so than a lot of other factions, ice factions really want a good start and really want good early leech because you have to dig every hex. Like even with Selkie's stronghold, like I don't know Selkies that well, but I imagine that also would really help them. And then not getting that, like it's a bit hard to make it up, it seems like. Like your options are just a bit more limited. I don't know. I'm not totally sure if this is true, but at least I find with like obviously Yeti's like early leech, and I find with Ice Maidens that like getting early leech and early digs does really matter too. Selkies is interesting
Mhm.
with starting places because like you do want river hexes. You want to be able to use your ability and cross rivers with your dwellings, but that kind of leads to less leech. So it seems like a bit of a trade-off. It's like, do you play for leech or do you play for expansion? And maybe it's not always clear like which is best.
Mm.
Maybe you can
Yeah, I
get the
mean,
best of
I
both
think
worlds.
like
Um,
yeah, like is there a possibility to start like yeah, yeah. I think H4 is not like a real possibility
Yeah.
for me. So
mhm.
It,
well,
it's
uh, yeah, probably not. I don't know.
you have to double dig H3 and then H2 is still a dig. Like there's no natural hex, so there's not really a big advantage to it. I can see why you didn't start
Yeah,
H4
yeah.
here. It looks kind of ugly.
Yeah, I don't see H4 working. I agree.
What
I
was
think
else in
Brown
this?
could be a little tricky.
Yeah, go ahead, Felipe.
Uh, I know, I was just gonna say I think Brown for ice here for Selk is especially, I mean, especially for Selk is maybe a bit tricky of a color because like there's not I mean, at least in the middle of the map there's not many opportunities I think for like a one dig hex opposite the river or anything like that. Like gray, green, or even are much better in that sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Brown is
probably
isn't
true.
great for one dig
It's
hexes.
probably kind of a bad color.
Yeah. I found before as Ice Maidens, like my best games on Fjords have been well, there was the one game Kezilu you're in, I was red there. Otherwise I found gray is a really good color, but Ice Maidens are different because they like to dig through continents, and Selkies I don't know how that would play out exactly. But I do agree that brown looks kind of awkward. It's not like you have great town space with yellow and black hexes, with the exception of H4, but then it's weird for Selkies, so it's just like maybe just a tough color combo. But like you still, yeah, like you said, you still scored well. 147 at the end of the game, like five points at least from third, like not that far off. So like yeah, it still seems like
Yeah,
solid overall.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I think a side effect of this that like I've like very little code scoring, but yeah, it's somewhat predictable. I think in hindsight that yeah, like I think like neither meter witches had a tempo up till around 4. I want to say. Uh,
Mm,
yeah. So I mean, it kind of makes sense that well, yeah, it kind of makes. Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't really look like acolytes dominated cults, but like round 5 and 6, acolytes were very high up there in the cults, and because of that, they're for like what 5 digs at the end. So 5 digs? Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
actually more
that, yeah,
like
exactly.
7 digs. 7 digs round 6.
Yeah, it was a
Kind
crazy
of
number of digs in the end.
easy.
Like I mean, taking tempo and water too and stuff just to feel it be more digs in the end because I
yeah,
didn't
and
lose
then
air to chaos.
also seeing acolytes getting three spots in the Colts, like that's always a sign of a good acolytes game. 3 spots are really good for them.
Mm.
Like I know it's only one more cult step, but like it when it gives you spades, it like or a third of a spade, it makes a difference. Like in addition to all the regular good stuff it is for cults, like yeah, that's nice. So I guess Witch's open
Um,
Stronghold, Selkie's open Stronghold here, and so there wasn't a lot of cult pressure, it looks like. And then you
Yep.
got Priest to start. Yeah.
yeah. Big Ball Race, he took a priest action early, and in the first round he actually threw it to air. I thought he was gonna throw it to earth.
Hmm.
I think it was round one.
I've noticed that with B-Ball Race in these games. He's taken an early priest action like in every one of these games. I haven't played him too much, so I don't know if that's just as a trend of him in general or just in this season he happened to go for early priest actions. But like in the Architects game, first action snap priest. Fakir's game, first action snap priest. Giants game he didn't, but they're Giants, so that's different. Yeah, this game early priest action. Interesting little tidbit there. But I also think there is value in taking Precinct's
Yeah,
acolytes. Like denies them, but like you're also gonna get more cult points from it because acolytes go up and down the cults and they end up dropping them in the end usually. So like usually cult position is more points than it looks against acolytes, I find.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's definitely yeah. If you look at the Earth code, like I mean, you see like I mean, that was interesting. Acolytes is nice because if you're high enough, and in the end you need to go down, you can control which ones you go down to get more points. I was able to get 4 points if it only being a step 2 on Earth.
Yeah, that's so nice to be able to do that. And I noticed your last action too. You had one extra priest to pop to fire for 2 points. Like, that's really good cult control. That's like
Oh yeah,
that's a sign. That's a sign of a really good acolytes game when you're able to do that. And like honestly, really and obviously really well played too. Like it looks like you played this game really well to be able to like just eke out that kind of stuff there.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, acolytes. I mean, they're. I think turn-based probably. I think playing in real time is probably a lot more challenging because like you have to be more
Mm,
precise. Like control the dwelling hole and the cold stabs and whatnot.
yeah,
But the
lots of
expansion was generally good for them.
management.
Like yeah, I
Yeah,
think like there wasn't any much pressure for expansion. Like maybe if I took long enough, maybe Halai could have blocked my connection by taking h6 and i5, and I mean he took h6 maybe, but I mean I definitely want to prioritize at least getting that out so he wouldn't get stuck.
yeah, that seems like just about the only way your game could have gone bad here. If you didn't connect. Although even without, oh no,
Yeah,
without network, you would have lost to Halai without network. So that actually
yeah,
would
I'll
have
have
been
lost Halai.
explained.
Yeah,
Why was a
which I
lie?
mean, I think
Yeah, no,
damn, yeah, like
Halais game was
crazy,
actually
like
really cool. Yeah, Halais game was really cool. It's like a stronghold. It's like a stronghold start on temp ship, and then yeah, it's a stronghold start on temp ship, and then I think his first favorite tile was Fire 2. For the round 4 towns.
Love it.
I think yeah, actually, I think so. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah, so Fire 2 first favorite. Yeah, first one, and then yeah, I think afterwards it's like the Water 1, Air 1. Good thing after that, but yeah, it's cool.
yeah, it was a
Yeah,
really cool game. Like,
I've
yeah,
seen
Halai
I've
had a
seen
really
Four
good
Town
game.
Witches on Fjords before, though I haven't actually done it myself before. So
Hmm. Such a good map for them. Like, I also noticed he never built G9. Like, kind of crazy. He started on temp ship, and he was on F5. Oh no, he was on F3, F5,
Oh
right,
yeah,
with temp ship.
yeah,
it was
but
F3,
I mean, like you're
F5.
still
Yeah,
able to like jump to G9 if you want, right?
Right. I
Yeah,
wonder
I
how.
forget. I forget where he flew to exactly. He flew to, like, I guess he flew to F8 still, but just didn't build G9. It seems like yeah, I mean, it probably means that you had like 4 talent dreams from the very start.
Yeah, I was just thinking that too. I was like, maybe he didn't build on G9 because he was like, I can't afford the extra structure. Like with 4 towns, you really need to plan out where your structures are. Like you've only got so much everything's got to go towards the towns. In this game, you still had one extra structure on D2 that's not even part of the town, but maybe he like that's like well, it's useful for connection, but he actually did need it in the end. But like maybe he was like I could only
actually,
do
yeah,
one
he didn't.
one of D2 or G9. Maybe that's the logic.
Yeah, well, yeah, that makes sense because he needs 4 4 4 3. Kezilu, I have a question for you because
Yeah.
I think you built the first town in the game before you got the Chucky town. Did you think about taking the Chucky town?
Somehow I didn't think I had. Wait, did I have the first town or did?
I think it. I could be wrong there, but I think you did.
Okay, I mean it's possible, but yeah, I
I,
didn't.
I, I could be wrong. I'm not sure.
Sure, I didn't. Yeah, like I think even if I mean, it's possible I had tempo, but I don't think it was that great for me. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I think at that time I was even. I mean, I forget. Did I even have like any priest at that point? Um, yeah, I mean, like yeah, I mean, I felt
Yeah, I
like
don't
I
remember.
felt like I didn't have. I probably didn't have like very many priests to like actually fight the cults very much, right? I mean, yeah, it's probably
Yeah, that's kind of. I think so.
it's probably yeah, it probably like slows your game down quite a bit, I guess. But I don't think it was great for me. Oh yeah, I think I was also in ship scoring that round or something, right? So like, yeah, like, I think that's
Mm.
why I picked like a ship down this first one.
Yeah, no, the ship town is useful for you because I think it let you go east, like northeast. I think that's how you got your C7. Yeah, no, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I
Mm.
was thinking, oh yeah, I could see that you have tempo the first time in the game. I think around 4. I'm almost sure that was the case. I was a little scared maybe you get Chucky down, but I also thought it wasn't ideal for you because you had no tempos at the time or something, and you're not fighting for
Yeah,
goals. Yeah, I
I
was
think
definitely hoping
I
for
might
that.
have taken like men's action or something. Yeah, I mean, I forget exactly what happened, but yeah, I mean, I wasn't really thinking about Tukey Town at that point.
Okay, yeah. I think Halai would have probably taken it if he had the chance, but I mean, at least I was glad I had tempo on Halai.
Yeah, it's like that's interesting because like it's just so good to take Tukey Town against acolytes because like you get more cult points than you think you do probably with it, and it just really hurts them. But then what are you doing? Like I don't
Hmm.
know, especially if you're off to a slow start as an ice faction without much cult presence, it's like it doesn't really. You probably need the shipping just to keep things going. So I can see that making sense. But Selkies
Yeah,
look
no,
fun to me.
I
Huh.
feel
Just like stating it out, Selkies
yeah,
look fun.
I
I
think
gotta try them.
I
yep.
mean, yeah,
I haven't played them either. I want to try them one time, but I always underestimate them.
I mean, yeah, they are pretty fun.
Yeah,
I,
but I think you're right.
I think they're like not that good, but you know,
Yeah.
they're fun at the very least.
I think yeah, they feel a little weaker than average, but I don't think they're anything like unplayable.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think like late round dwellings is usually quite good, right? 'Cause I think I had what like yeah, I think I had like 4
I
dwellings
had a
round
bunch.
4, and yeah, I think I had 4 dwellings round 4, and then I think I bunched them over the river, so it's just like 2 extra points. Or yeah, I guess they ended up being what like 6 point dwellings for the ones in the river, so that feels pretty nice.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Just spamming out 6 point dwellings with Earth 1, like late in the game. They almost remind me of Giants with their stronghold. I mean, it's a bit different, I know, but it's like kind of the same idea. But they have inherent scoring, but they're an ice faction, so they're like very limited by that.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah,
weird
I
'cause
feel
like
like they're an interesting
I
puzzle.
actually still needed yeah, I actually still need a double dig. Like I think I have to double dig
Mm.
twice this game or twice or
Yeah,
twice,
It's
I
like,
guess, right?
yeah,
the stronghold
Yeah, so yeah, I guess usually
the
with like a
stronghold's good
stronghold like
economy.
this, yeah, I guess usually with a stronghold like this, you want to take like fewer dig actions, but I kind of felt like I still had to take a couple of them. So
Yeah, it's probably because the brown. I think the brown color is definitely tricky for them.
yeah, I'd be curious with them on a different color here,
yeah,
like how much better it could be. Yeah, it seems like ideally you don't want double dig because you really want to use your stronghold and your ability to expand more early, and then late in the game advance dig as an ice faction is like usually what you want to do with cheaper dig advances. But like here, D3 does seem pretty important. Like that's the double dig, I'm assuming, and like if you lose D3, then it's like what the heck do you do with your stronghold in E6? Like that looks pretty rough. Yeah,
Yeah,
I could see why you need that.
yeah. I mean, with Salk, I haven't played them. I haven't played them at all. I haven't played against them much, but I haven't. I think the first time I have seen them upgrade Jigs is not in a game. I'm going for the turn based for the Madness League, the semifinal where Melson's playing them, and he's upgrade Jigs. And I think his game is going. I think he's gonna win actually.
I mean,
But
yeah, I
like
mean,
that's
it's
the
like
first time I
like
usually don't see Salk is upgrading Jigs.
yeah, I mean, it feels a bit anti-synergistic with the stronghold, right? Like the stronghold gives you like
Yeah,
6 digs already, so it's like you don't. Yeah, like
Yeah,
I feel like like if
that
you
and
really
also
choose, you
like
don't really need it.
yeah, I think you're right in that sense. You don't need as much because on Holden also like you're not gonna dig as many hexes because of the ability. You need extra workers for
right.
the ability, and you want the ability to score, and then you don't need as many hexes. So I
That's
think
a good
that's
point.
I feel like yeah, bringing Jibus Stalkers is not that common. It's not yeah, it doesn't feel like it's not like if the other ice factions were well, Snow Shaman's definitely are going to, and yeah, there's Icy Maidens you want to.
Yeah, is there a way to play Selkies without going Stronghold? Do you think? Uh,
I've
Good
seen it
question.
happen with like some success. I don't think it's like very common, but yeah, I've seen it happen before, I guess.
Maybe if you get temp ship round one with double dig or something, then maybe you can open tempo and some dwellings.
yeah, I think you
Yeah,
really want cult digs
it's
too.
just like it's just feel like I don't know. Like I feel like without stronghold, I feel like a worse version of. Well, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I feel like a little bit weaker than other ice factions to me without the stronghold. Although, uh, yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess
I think
like
Stronghold is probably the
con
default opening.
birds maybe make it work, or possibly like
Yeah,
the
no,
later
yeah,
stronghold, like the round 2 or 3 or something.
Yeah, I think I think yeah, I agree. Like I think Stronghold is the default opening, but maybe Stronghold's around 2 or maybe probably 3 at this point.
Hmm.
Maybe if you can get like double jig around 1, maybe it's worth opening temple, especially if there's other. I mean, maybe there's other spade or something like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that'd be really
Yeah,
interesting.
but
You'd
yeah,
almost
but yeah,
treat them like nomads.
yeah, like, I think for this game though, it's just like like yeah, if I for this game like there's like a stronghold event in round one slash. I didn't really see any reason to do anything else.
I don't know. I think this game is Stronghold was the right opening for sure. I agree.
Yeah, and big building scroll in. Yeah, maybe there's some flexibility though. Maybe there's different tracks, different setups, the paths to do different things. I think cult digs, water cult spade seems like really important with starting with 2 water steps. I think if you have that early on, maybe that's a path to forego stronghold. Maybe even get like priest to water and water too, and you get like to the 8 spot and get 2 cult spades from that. Starting the spade bonus as well, or get a
Oh,
spade bonus early, get double dig early. I think then there's paths without the stronghold. Without that, that seems more difficult. And I take it there's no water spades here. It doesn't seem like there were based on the fact that the water cult doesn't seem too popular. So yeah, I guess maybe
yeah, no,
not a
there
perfect
were no
setup.
water bonuses.
Mm, yeah, it's probably a bit sad for them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, about the track. I mean, one thing I remember, like I think it was around 3 was trading posts in the mid game. And I think that's a good thing. That's good for acolytes also because of the hole in the. I mean, two things because one of the hole the income that fire factions have, so building dwellings early is a little less rewarding. Well, you need workers, but still. And the second
Yeah,
thing because of each dig for acolytes is so painful because of the codes you lose. Both because you only have so many, but also because you want the cool bonuses of acolytes. If you don't get good cool bonus of acolytes, you're definitely toast. So I think like that those like round 3 trading posts actually very good for acolytes because you don't of
Yeah, yeah.
acolytes
Like,
is well
I
I
remember
guess you could, but
I remember he had like what like 4 TPs in like round in round 3 or round
I
4
think
or something like that.
either 3 or 4. Yeah, I built at least to 3 in round 3, and I had 4 TPs for later. I think maybe I had 4 in round 3. I don't remember, but at least 3.
yeah, that's super cool. I totally agree. I think the mid game TPs are super nice. They also help you town earlier. Get your 2 key town, get your 8 point towns, like which are so valuable for acolytes.
Oh yeah,
And this game had round 4 towns too, and you hit 2 towns round 4. So that's a super good combo for acolytes. Round 3 TPs into round 4
yeah.
towns, like really. Even though the occult rewards suck, like it's still really good points wise. And yeah, here you went Air 1
Yeah.
later to cash in those TPs. So yeah, that all makes a lot of sense. Also, just briefly, it's good for Dragon Lords too. Dragon Lords are also it's just because volcano factions are so flexible digging, they can almost always get like 2 towns round 4 if they want, or town round 3, like stuff like that. They can hit that super easily, and so like also and like yeah, kind of the same thing for Dragon Lords. They have the worker gap. Digging also can be painful for them. It's not like other factions. Like there's trade-offs to digging, so
Mhm.
like it makes a lot of sense. You dig early to get expansion out, and then you just build up mid game, hit towns, score with TPs, do stuff like that. Like so, definitely good for. I don't know about the fan volcano factions, but good for both Dragon Lords and Acolytes for sure.
I think for Firewalkers it can be good. I mean, the other one I have never played, but maybe, I mean, for Firewalkers probably can be good too. I imagine.
Yeah,
But
right.
yeah, and like I mean, I mean, and that made Earth 2 getting Earth 2 round 1 even better because well,
Mm.
both because the X Worker was gonna be so valuable, and also the coin bonus around 2 like those there are 2 also get more coins.
Yeah, right. I remember actually thinking that was a low key really good play. Your decision to take Earth 2 this game. Acolytes, you really don't want to start with Earth 1. Like, the econ pays off. Water 2 is often an option, but with no water rewards, like, the cult steps are good, but you just get your cult towns and you got early priest to cults in 3 spots. You don't need that so badly. But the worker, with you got no base worker income, and you want to
Y-
build TPs in the mid game, it's like you really want that worker income, and then it also
Yeah,
gives you coins. Like, I think that's a really good choice.
yeah, Earth 2, yeah, Earth 2 is really yeah. I think this game in particular is very good.
Yeah. Anything else? I think we should wrap up pretty soon. Any other comments? Quick comments in this game? I'll very quickly check the
Right.
stats to see anything stands out. But yeah, if you guys have anything else to say, just go for it.
No, nothing particular. I do think witches score a bit more points than acolytes actually, but I mean, but we beat them lower.
Yeah,
if I remember.
it's a 410 game, right? So.
Yeah, that's so many points.
Yeah, no, that made the first one.
Yeah.
Also, which is at 37 track points, like 31 points from towns. Yeah,
Jeez.
one network,
Yeah. Uh,
20 faction
30, oh,
points,
31. Oh my god.
159 in game. Oh yeah, like Witches outscored you by like 19 points, Felipe, but they started down 16 and Classic Hawaii
Oh,
took
19.
took a ton of leech, like lost 21 points to leech. Uh, yeah, like so like they scored almost 160 points. That's nuts. That's that's a crazy game.
Jeez, that's crazy. That's wild.
I mean, I guess Accolade started at 40, which I guess in hindsight they probably shouldn't be the 40.
Oh, I started 40. Okay,
So,
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah, I was surprised when I saw that
oh that's a
yeah. I
deal.
mean,
Yeah,
because
that's
I
a
thought
steal.
leeches were the strongest.
I think I actually have like 0 games on any volcano factions. So yeah, I just like
Mm,
yeah, I was like, I'm not sure how good
Mm.
these guys are. I just don't wanna. Yeah, I don't really want. I don't want to do this for my first game, but yeah, it probably shouldn't be the 40
Oh,
thing.
yeah, I forgot I got four. I forgot I got at the end 40. Like, I mean, that was obviously really good. Like, because I mean, I thought witches were the strongest, but I didn't. I think I was maybe at 7 or 8 point difference. I think something like that. I beat Joshua, if I remember. So yeah, like when I got at 40, I was definitely happy.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a steal. Acolytes at 40 points, starting with Priest with that track is a steal for sure. Kezilu, I appreciate your guts to be willing to play with volcano factions, never having played them before, like in this league. I would be
I mean,
hesitant. I didn't do fan
I played
factions one
against.
season because of that.
Yeah, I mean, I played against Acolytes sometime like a long time ago, but like I think that's when I was like 250 elo. So yeah, it's been quite a while.
Yeah, pretty different at a high level. A couple other things I noticed. So one, I guess, issue with Selkies was, and probably related to Leech was coins. So like Acolytes had 68 coins, Witches in Chaos 64, Selkies 52, so like considerably less. Um, Workers, they also collected the fewest workers, although that was closer. Oh, I had 47 workers collected. Oh my gosh. What else here?
Jeez.
Power, I think. Oh, was it a Power by Leech was like really even for everybody except for Hawaii, who had like a ridiculous amount. Or no, what? Oh no, his total power gain was like 83 across the board, then Hawaii had 99. Actually, not ridiculous, but like for witches, that's a lot of power. Without air too, that's a lot. Um,
Yeah, yeah, I don't. Yeah, like let's see, I got structures. Yeah, the by cool tracks. I mean, yeah, that's a good thing. Acolytes, like you get a lot of power from the cool tracks because they go up and down.
yeah, you do. And imagine that with landscapes, you get ridiculous power. The Acolyte's landscape's just busted. It's just
Oh yeah,
nuts.
if there were landscapes there, that'd be wild.
Actually, Felipe, you had the most leech, which Acolyte started on yellow this game, and yellow on Fjords is just super good for leech. And I think that's actually really good for Volcano Faction starting on yellow because you're just so central and you can dig anywhere you want basically. So that's actually probably another really good combo for Acolytes here. Oh no, so that's a lie. Sorry, I'm misreading it. That's a lie. You had the most power via structures. Never mind. You
Yeah.
had the least. You had the
Oh
least.
yeah,
Never mind.
yeah.
Take
Actually,
that
yeah, no,
back.
yeah. I heard the least which was is yeah. No, you're right. I mean, but you're right that the most yellow usually gets a lot of leech. Maybe because Selkies with brown they were far away, then there wasn't that much. There wasn't
Yeah, well, yeah,
that much leech.
I feel like round one you actually got quite a bit of leech though, right? Like yeah, there's kind of like an upgrade party in the west.
Yeah, Brown actually had Selkies had a decent amount of leech. I'm guessing Felipe had a lot of early leech and yellow, and then not a lot later because he built down. Everyone
I
else
think
built
yeah, I
up.
think yeah, in the round one or so, yeah, there was a decent amount
Yeah, then
because
after
yeah,
that
no, like in
doesn't
the in
matter
the
so much. Like after that, you're getting power via cults and stuff
yeah
like that as
because then
acolytes. Like you don't need that extra mid game leech so badly, but the early leech definitely helps.
yeah, no, yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's wrap up here. I think I need to get going. Um, so thanks so much both of you for coming on and doing this debrief. Really great to hear your thoughts. Actually, really cool to talk about this game. For me, Selkies is a vast thing to talk about, and then acolytes as well too. I was kind of tracking it a bit as we are going, but not too much. So good to get some in-depth stuff from it. Congrats, Felipe, again on the win, on the narrow victory. Now you're the defending champ.
Oh,
So I hopefully I can play next season and take you on again. Yeah, Kesley, hope you're back here next season as well too.
yeah, well,
But yeah, great games, all of you. Good fun playing with you all.
yeah, yeah. Thanks for doing this. Yeah, that was fun. The games were great. Like, Yeah, I mean, I'm very happy to win this division because I mean, everyone like all of you guys are really super strong players. So, and I'm looking forward to the revised base game next season too.
Oh, if I'm there, it'll be there.
Yes.
Right. Oh yeah, yeah. Thanks, guys.
I'll try to. I don't think I ever uploaded the last time I did these streams to YouTube, but I'll talk to Thickles about uploading them. It'd be nice to do them game by game, but it's more work for me. I might just slap them on YouTube. But we'll get them
Yeah,
on
that's
this
a
time
lot.
in
Yeah, that'll
some
be a lot.
form. Yeah, some way or another we'll get them on, so you guys can all listen to them, and we can kind of see how things progress
Yeah, yeah,
throughout.
yeah. That'll be great. Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah,
I'll be really curious to hear your thoughts throughout the season.
yeah. You can guys get some perspective on it. You can see how dreamy I am with some of the games, like Four Town Shapeshifters, like Crazy Stronghold Fakirs, and then those dreams crash immediately, like in round one. So that may be kind of fun to listen to. And you actually, it caught Halai digging my hex live on stream. Well, not live, but like my reaction was live to it. I didn't know he had done it until I was doing the stream, and I was like, "What the heck?" I think I was more laughing because that's just how kind of how I am. But inside, I was like kind of pissed. I was like, "What is he doing?" So you can see my confusion at that. That'd be kind of fun to watch, probably for you
Oh,
guys.
I need to watch that.
It was good timing. Okay, anyways, let's wrap it up here. Thanks everyone who is watching, and yeah, hopefully see you all next season. All right, take care.